It's kind of a nice day, about for this time of year, whatnot, Minnesota here, and about 34 degrees or something, and a lot of the snow's melting and the sun's out, so it feels pretty good. Basically, Sarg's enjoying it. It's just he does pretty good in the cold, but if it gets cold enough, his feet get cold. And I don't really have any, like, I don't know. The thing is, if I bought some like those footies or whatever, I don't know. I can't even keep my own from losing my own mittens, So. But he doesn't seem. And then I can always, like, if I see what I'll do is even walk him. If it's really cold, if he starts, like, it's kind of like his paws are sticking. He kind of walks like, you can tell, like, a dog, like their feet are cold, their paws are sticking. Like, I can just like pick him up and carry him. Right, buddy. That's the benefits of being a small dog. Chihuahua mix. There's a big Chihuahua. Anyway. Oh, great. This guy didn't get. Anyway, what was I just saying? Okay, anyway, just taking a walk with Sarg. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. So yeah, he's my mini Chihuahua, Minnesota Chihuahua. Come on, buddy. So yeah, oh, I should have said that we were up at the top of the hill that you could see the new hospital real well from up there. But anyway, well, as we get closer, we'll see. Come on. Okay, now on this, they usually keep this section of sidewalk pretty good so I can walk on this. Problem is sometimes you gotta walk on the road and stuff a lot of times. And then when it's really like in the middle of winter, it's really hard to find, Yeah, this is a nice path I got here. So yeah, these are here in Duluth for the most part, at least in the center of the city. You can see there's 9th Street, and this is 11th Avenue. No, it's North 4th Avenue East. Okay, yeah. So anyway, but generally the avenues are the ones that go up, that are real steep, go up the hills, and the streets go parallel. And in the center of the city, it's mostly all numbered streets. In fact, there's only a couple, like the main street, like Superior, that's, but, okay. Anyway, so, yeah. So I usually, so if you walk on the streets when you're walking your dog in Duluth, if you stay on the streets, it's mostly going to be, most of the time, pretty flat. Except, well, there's a few, like that one there, that street down there by the basketball court. If you make a right there, that goes really steep. So it's not true in all places, but But I kind of stay in this one particular area most of the time, just because I don't like crossing the main 4-lane road that's here. If there's an easier way to cross there, like pedestrian bridge or I don't know what something, it's such a busy road, I'd probably take Sarge that direction because there's a lot more like places to walk. If I go east of the big road there, the 4-lane road there, 6th Avenue East for those of you who are in Duluth. Anyway, sorry. Sarge is pulling on the leash trying to find different stuff to sniff in the snow and stuff, and I'm trying to film this. And yeah, he likes to find stuff in the snow. He can dig pretty deep and find like a chicken bone. And I think actually, yeah, they must sometimes dig more sometimes when it's snow, because maybe it holds down a lot of the other smells that get in the way. So maybe if there's something really strong, and obviously, and I guess if it's more like trash or something like that, it's, it's been there more recently. I don't know. Just my dog theory. Okay, let's just be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet for the next few minutes. We'll just like walk with Sarge a little bit. Oh, boy. Yeah. All right, so here's a nice view down. Yeah, so it kind of varies in Duluth. Some people have really good views of the lake on the hillside, and some people don't. You know, this is still a little blocked. There's better views up, like on that street, the steep street. It just has to do with, you know, obviously there's certain, within the big hillside, there's certain parts that bulge up higher, and then certain places here where you can see there's not like any big buildings because it's a park, and then stuff like that. There were some people who got mad about when they built this new hospital because like a lot of people whose view of the lake got blocked. So I can only see a small part of the lake from my upper window in my house, my rental house. Oh yeah. Oh, that's something I do. I always got to downplay it. Like, oh, it's not just, you know, I don't actually own a house. I'm a rental. 300 El Salvadorians. No, anyway, that's something like, okay, that's something I gotta not do. Is like, I'm always like, when I mention something, I always gotta like kind of like downplay it. So, you know, so just, you don't know, I'm not good enough to be a owner, right? But anyway, I'm just kidding. That was a little rant. We'll go back to just the fun Sarge thing. Okay. Yeah, the people, I don't know if the one lady family must have moved, but the people on that block are pretty nice. I haven't talked to that many recently, but there's, you know, the people in that alley back there, there's this one, Sarge had a buddy, little like furry white dog, his buddy back there, who was unfortunately died within, I guess, about the last year or so. So I didn't realize that the dog was older, you know, kind of, or I mean, you know, I mean, I knew it wasn't real young, but I didn't know it was, you know. Sarge is what is he now? Is he 6? Let's see, or is he 7? Let's see. I got him, he was 2 years old. Okay, I got him in, I've had him 4 years. Okay, I think he's 6 years old. I'll have to look that up. You can actually look at one of my old videos when I got him and figure out, you know. But I'm just going by, when I got him at the shelter, they estimated he was 2 years old at that point, you know, based on his teeth or whatever they, you know. It's like considered adoption day just to be like he was 2 years old, and like his birthday is, oh yeah, buddy. Oh, you want to run down some? Okay. Now, most of the time I keep him on the leash, but occasionally I got to be kind of careful. He might kind of run off, but this is a big enough area that I can usually, and usually he goes back in that alley back there. If he runs off, and it's more like there's not a lot of cars back there, you know. Okay, let's just enjoy the view, and I'll just actually just stay up here for a second while he goes. Ooh. Yeah, he's actually a pretty fast little guy, huh? Charlie was really he was fast because he was like a small dog, a little bigger than him, but he had like real long legs. Like, hey, Sargy. Oh shoot, he's gonna run off. It looks like. Hey, Sargy, buddy. Okay. All right, buddy. If you realize if you wouldn't run off so much, you wouldn't have to be on the leash so much. Ah, man, we get to. Oh man, this is like. Oh my God, this is like 2 feet of snow here. Look at this. Okay. Please like and subscribe to make my hedonistic adventures worth it, monetarily relevant. Okay. All right. My pain, my subs. Okay. Or actually, I think like YouTubers are kind of like the modern day jester, right? You kind of like sometimes it's by humiliating yourself for money, or maybe it's just because we show a little bit more of ourselves than, you know, a lot of people, you know. Although some people are real, it depends on if it's like, well, if it's just like vlog type stuff, obviously, you know, not like, obviously if it's just like an informational video where you can't tell if the guy's like 20 years old or 60 making it, you know. But come here, buddy. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, buddy. That's what they say, like beagles. Are you like a beagle, buddy? Not a Chihuahua? They say they think you got to be really careful. They'll run off, man, once you get on a trail. You're on the case. Sergeant. Hey, that's pretty good that he's named the Sergeant, which is the name the guy at the shelter gave him, you know. But at first I thought about changing it, but that kind of grew on me, you know. So, Sarge. Usually we're not so formal. We go by either Sargy, either can call him Sargy or just Sarge most of the time. Look at the puddle of water. This is kind of cool looking, actually. Lily's here. Sarg's like, what the heck are you doing, buddy? I'm not really excited by visual stuff, only by smells, right? Dogs probably don't have a sense of like visual aesthetics, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, shut up, Adam. Just slushy through here. And now it's gonna be like, if it gets cold tomorrow, then it's gonna be obviously really icy. So when you have like, so that's one thing. So when you have like a thaw like that, on the good side, you know, it melts some of the stuff down, but then these big ice, you know. So. Actually, I'm helping by walking through there, kind of creating some channels that'll make the water flow out of here better. Bye. Yeah. Ooh, look at it. See, already looks a lot faster since I kind of walked through this part. Kind of like the well-worn path, you know. Oh, there's a guy from Missouri. That's interesting. You don't see a lot of those around here. My home state. Okay. Dude, that's a really big. Do I want to walk up there? No, there's a really nice view at the top of that hill, but I don't know. What do you think, buddy? But you can see how steep that is. But at least, I mean, if I go up it, then all the way back is going to be downhill. So, you know, I do always make it like that, where kind of like some people like say, like when they go sailing, to try to always start like going upwind so it's easier to get back. You know, well, this is like the same kind of concept. And it's, in effect, when you're in a hilly environment like the Loop, in fact, you are in a sense kind of a land sailor. Must consider different variables, wait for the proper timing, go in wide sweeps. Anyway. Whew. Gotta get out of breath here. Well, once we get to the top, I'll take a break. I think what I'll do, okay, I'll go to the top, show you guys what it looks like from the top of the hill here, and then I'll turn it off, probably just take a break, so sit down for a little bit up there on the curb. It's getting kind of hot here. Oh, there's a crow. Maybe it's Alfred. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, what happened to Alfred, unfortunately, he could have just died, you know, right after. Maybe he never, but I always hope I might see Alfred and see some sign that, like, you know, they act more friendly to me or something, you know. Yeah, you can check out that video on there. I know I get a little bit weird on it, but, you know, I just thought it was a pretty cool thing. There's a crow up there. Whew. Could it be Alfred? Alfred. Caw, caw, caw. Well, sometimes, like, I mean, now obviously he's grown up, but he, when he was still smaller, I think, like, I did sometimes see a crow that looked like it might have been him, that had, like, it looked like, you know, about the same size and feathers, and it seemed like it was a little more friendly than the other ones, didn't run off as fast. See, I think for a crow, just like not instantly running off is like a sign of like friendship for the human, but, you know, whew. Or even if they say, even if you manage just to get them to, like, you drop your food down, if they trust you enough to eat the food you lay down, you know. So, whew. Whew. All right, we're on the level part now. Yeah, so that's a burned down house, and there was a couple of like homeless people living up there. I guess they kicked them out. I talked to the one lady, and she seemed pretty nice. And then, anyway, but yeah, let's see. There are a few. See, we have a lot of like these kind of like little woodsy areas, especially these areas like up there where there's kind of like these grassy outcroppings. I mean, these big rock outcroppings. Whew. But anyway, Hey, buddy. Hey, guy. Okay. But yeah, so sometimes people do find some place to camp, you know, around here. I mean, I wouldn't say this area is real bad. It's a little sketch, but you know, I mean, I feel perfectly safe walking around here most of the time. You know, I mean, you gotta maybe worry about theft more, you know, but yeah. Now I think as you get further south from here, it gets a little worse, but you know, but it's still probably, it's just probably my perception of it, you know. Just, you know. I mean, don't get me bad. There are bad areas, you know, but not near as bad as like what I was in St. Louis. I mean, you know. Let's see. So I think I'll take. Okay, so this is First Avenue East. Oh, where's the guy who had the? Oh, that's the next block where the guy had that sauna that looked like one of these barrel saunas. Okay, I guess it's. I don't feel like walking down. If I walk down there, I'll have to walk back up. Oh no, I guess it was. Oh, maybe he got rid of it. Yeah, I think it was right there where he had that barrel sauna. Yes. But that's something that some people around here have, is like, let's say more than, at least more than like further south. I've known a fair amount of people who've had like their own sauna. Like, you know, the best is like the wood burning ones. Just a little shed out in the backyard with the wood burning stove in it. I guess something with rocks, put some rocks, you know, depending on how fancy they get it. Because it is really nice when it's like really cold. I haven't done it for a while, but it's a neat sensation to get like, you know, in the sauna really hot, then jump out into the cold, and then for a while you can like, it's almost like, you know, it actually feels almost like good walking around the snow, or you know, just a little bit like, I don't know. But that's sort of what actually like people when they camp, right? The idea is you're kind of like get more exposure to nature, but still have like some protection, right? So it's like, you know. Anyway, okay, we're almost done. At the end of this block here is going to be, maybe I'll might film another video on the way back. I'll just call it like part 2 or something. Hopefully this one doesn't, my camera doesn't like flip it around like it always does, and then I got to do some extra editing step, and I can just upload this right away. But you know, yeah, I've been wearing my snow boots all the time. I even like keep my work boots work shoes at work, and then okay, here we go. So this is Lake Avenue. It's a steep street that goes all the way down to Park Point, and then it's the dividing line for the addresses. So like the next street will be like, so the next street to the east. So what to say? It's pretty much, Duluth doesn't go exactly north and south. Like for instance, like okay, that Park Point and the bridge there, I think that actually goes closer to real south. And but anyway, let's just call this north and south here. So this is 7th Street. So east, this would be East 7th Street this way, and West 7th Street, and then the streets parallel. It's like First Avenue East, 2nd Avenue East, and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, and of course, you know, if you're between 5th Avenue East and 6th Avenue East, then you're in the 500 block. So not even every city does that. But okay, but there's Park Point down there. So okay, so let's go down the road a little bit with me. Ah, come on, Sarg, you're making it hard to film this, pulling on me. Yeah, well, this is for me, John. Oh, okay, buddy. All right. Finally decided to talk, huh? Okay, you little feisty Chihuahua. Actually, oh yeah, okay, I'll go up here. I think this will be. Actually, I think I need to. Probably the best view is about here, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I kind of screwed up there. Okay, yeah, let's go back to where we were actually for a second. And then, anyway, mailman, it looks like. Okay, hello, buddy. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, so this is a really busy street, as you can see, but most of the people who come up the street, they make a left there on 7th and get onto Masaba. So this part of the block is actually not very busy, usually. I mean, you got to be a little careful because there's a lot of people coming up the hill, don't know that you have a stop sign, and then anyway, all right, so then if you go down there all the way down where you can see like that that skywalk there over the road there, okay, that's like the downtown, which you can't see much, but okay, but that okay, and then if you keep going, hard to see this. Look at this viewfinder with, or it's really bright out here. Okay, then down there, that's, you see like the hotels down there, kind of like before you get to that lighthouse and stuff. Well, that's Canal Park. That's like the main tourist area. And I think, can you see over there, those two towers, those two like water towers? That's like where Grandma's is, and that's where okay, if this is someone who a long time watcher or whatever, you know, if I have like, I have basically about two of those now, but anyway, that's where me and Becky went that time, the Grandma's. And then okay, and then if you keep going, there's a lift bridge. Okay, if you keep going on that piece of land there, that's Park. It actually, okay, it's usually called Park Point, although technically it's Minnesota Point. And anyway, so you just keep going on that, and then if you go all the way around down to the end, you hit like a channel where it's, and that's where ships come through. And then there's also ships come, most of the ships come under the bridge through the canal there, a lot more than like, but a fair amount do come the other way too. The shipping season's done right now, so the bay is really frozen over right now. And so anyway, probably be maybe a month or so, maybe a month or a little bit longer before the ships will start coming back in. So anyway, yeah, so what was I gonna say? That's about it. Wow, 21-minute video. Okay, some people look at that automatically scare them off. But anyway, all right, buddy, any last words, buddy? Are we gonna be going home?